Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. I did a video on why sustainability can be personalised, or rather actually should be personalised, and in this video I will be going over the top 5 items that I don't feel the need to change to lead a low waste lifestyle. Number 1 is fashion items, and by this I mean that I do not buy or get in-season clothing or throw away last season's. I still have shirts from 5 years ago that I wear. My jacket is 4 or so years old, my cardigan is 7 years old, and the cardigan before that, one I had for 15 years. I'm not sure that I ever kept seasonal or temporary clothing. I bought and wore out, or I donated it. So I really don't connect with minimalist videos being proud of or bragging about keeping last year's jacket. Number 2 is secondhand clothing, or going to op shops. I'm not going to lie, I do and have purchased new clothing. However, since I was a teenager, actually since I was a child, I would buy secondhand clothing or have secondhand clothing purchased for me by my parents. I have found in recent years that it's become far more business orientated, with like a vintage stores collecting all of the interesting finds, and even the charity shops are less about recycling and more about profit. And possibly this is due to the minimalism and recycling and being and op shops kind of becoming much more of a publicly trendy movement rather than a sustainable movement, even though obviously it's intended as a sustainable movement. Number 3 is laundry. I do not and never have used fabric softener or dryer sheets. I do not actually use a dryer at all. Like, I live in Australia, and 95% of the country you do not need to use a dryer. We have the sun, and even when it rains, in whichever wet season that you are, depending whether if your wet season is in summer or winter, there is generally enough sun to dry them. Or you'll get maybe 2 rainy days and 2 sunny days, so it's not really ever been a problem. This is obviously not a dig at people who need a dryer at all. Like, it's not a dig at them, because if you live in a climate where you live in snow or rain all the time and you need a dryer, then by all means. But if you use a dryer in a climate that's hot and sunny, really that's for shame. Number 4 is shoes. This one is super frustrating. Who wears shoes for a season and throws them out? Like, are you kidding me? Seriously, I don't think this is a low waste issue. This is a selfish idiot issue. I suppose this is possibly connected to the fashion thing. It is at times, like, I understand the minimalist movement, but who traps themselves in new shoes every 3 months and doesn't question the stupidity of replacing them every 3 months? Like, what the fuck? I will wait until my shoes are literally falling apart, broken, ripping, before I actually do anything about it. And also, I certainly wear secondhand leather because it lasts for years, and get my stuff that I can repaired. Number 5 is food waste. While I certainly have an advantage of only having to feed myself, I only buy exactly what I need to eat, like for that specific recipe. Then I get it. I don't buy a large shop all at once. Of course, I have the significant advantage of being in a city and I'm conveniently located near shops, as in within walking distance to shops. And on top of that, I catch a train to and from work, and there is obviously shop next to the train station, so I can get to the train and get shopping and come home. So I do not live anywhere near a food desert, and I do not have children who are fussy eaters. So the benefit is I buy exactly what I need when I need it. And of course, my bonus annoyance is makeup. I do have it, and on occasion I use it, but I do not get makeup boxes. I use a pretty selected group of makeup and replace what is necessary when necessary, unless I probably would only change makeup when it is recommended by a friend. I don't expand necessarily my collection outside of what I need. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the day. And I, of course, will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.